You write a lot about ultra processed foods. And you write in particular on page 21 that eating ultra processed food likely involves the disruption of the gut brain signals that unprocessed food conveys to the brain, and that this has a direct connection to a markedly heightened risk of cardiovascular and metabolic diseases. Can you talk a little bit about ultra processed food? So, I think about ultra processed as anything that's in a box or a bag, and that I can't read the ingredients on the back of the label. But you say that you believe that ultra processed foods and the big food industry, particularly here in the United States, at some point we're going to wake the hell up and realize that this is just like a modern day cigarette in terms of how it's killing us. What do you mean by that, Dr. Topol?
Yeah, I'm glad you brought that out because this is a serious matter. We have the big food industry that markets this, and they basically, because of the gut-brain axis, you eat these ultra-processed foods and you want to eat more. That we've seen very careful studies that it promotes overeating. So that's bad enough in itself. But what it also does, it promotes inflammation in the body. And so when you have that, that's when you have your glucose dysregulation and you can move on to type 2 diabetes. It also then increases the risk of atherosclerosis, heart disease.
Oh, that's a fancy word for heart disease.
Yeah, you're basically accumulating cholesterol plaque in your arteries, which you can get heart attacks or strokes. And it also, of course, has effects at the level of the brain, promoting inflammation, the last thing we want there, and the risk of cancer. And so all the data on ultra-processed foods, which it's not just that you can't read because of all these ingredients, it's just that when you do read them, you don't recognize them because they're all foreign things that would never be found in your kitchen. Everything about these suggests that they're inducing a lot of harm. They're promoting aging. And one of the stories in the book I reviewed is there's a fellow named scientist, physician in the UK, Chris Van Teliken. And he wrote a book called Ultra Processed People. Remember that Supersize Me thing that the guy did? Went to McDonald's every day for...
Oh, yeah. It was a documentary where he ate it for 40 days.
Yeah. So this is what Chris did for 30 days. And he gained like 10 kilos, but he did brain scans before and after 30 days. And he did all these other inflammatory markers, and he showed that everything went off the track. I mean, in just 30 days, high ultra-processed food. So all of us, we can't eradicate ultra-processed food, but we can bring it down. It shouldn't be, as it is now, 60% or even 70% of our diet.